Hi, and welcome to our podcast series, The Monsters Within. Today, we are going to talk Enneagram 9. These are the peaceful, easygoing, harmony seeking Enneagram types who really bring steadiness and calm to every room. But even the most serene of the nines can be haunted by a little monster within. So, if you're a nine or you know someone who is, this episode is for you. This is 9 in 9 Enneagram Wisdom for Life. Let's dive in. Enneagram 9s are steady, they are accepting and diplomatic. They have this remarkable ability to see multiple perspectives and to mediate conflicts. This helps them create harmony really wherever they go. They are often very deeply empathetic, and an Enneagram 9 will make you feel so understood and valued. They're also extremely reliable. They provide grounding presence in like relationships, in their workplace, in the community, and the drive that they have for peace, for harmony, for connection. This drive makes them really vulnerable to their monster within. And we call that monster within the sloth, which, it's such a hard word. But that sloth tempts them to fall asleep and to kind of check out of situations instead of asserting themselves. So, sloth is the tendency to fall asleep to yourself. It's a lack of momentum. It's tuning out your desires, your feelings, even the necessary boundaries that you need, that you know you should have. It's falling asleep to all of those things in order to maintain peace and avoid conflict and fragmentation. Sloth is absolutely not laziness. It is not laziness. And I need everybody to hear that because that's the association we have with the word. It is a self protective mechanism that keeps you from knowing who you are, from knowing what you want, and from taking the risk of owning all of that and then causing discomfort or some conflict or fragmentation in the environment around you. Sloth wants to keep you asleep to who you are and what you want. It also wants to convince a nine that by ignoring your inner voice, that it's going to be safer, that everything's going to be better if you just kind of ignore the inner you and what inner you wants. But over time, honestly, it prevents the nine from taking the action, from taking the risk to express themselves, from being authentic and living a fully awake life. So imagine a nine in a team meeting at work, and they have a pretty good idea and a clear idea, but maybe somebody else already put an idea on the table and everybody's kind of going with that idea. And so the monster inside the nine, the sloth, says, "Oh, just go along with it. Don't rock the boat. Their idea is fine. You don't need to speak up and share your idea." Because they've kind of already got it, and you don't want to rock the boat. Or maybe in a home environment, the nine has a, a personal need. Like maybe the nine really wants to go to the gym every morning and work out. But in order to do that, it would cause maybe their family structure to have to make some sacrifices, or not, maybe their partner to not go to work as early, or some kind of, it would cause tension within the family unit. And so instead of speaking up, instead of saying, "This is what I really need," maybe the nine, the sloth within the nine, says, "You know what? This is going to take way too much energy to figure that whole situation out. So just, you don't need to really go to the gym at that time. Don't say anything. It's going to take too much energy." And then the nine is frustrated and even potentially resentful to their family, who they actually never expressed what they really wanted in the first place. Now, in relationships, this monster can like tempt the nine to just check out of emotional moments. So if they're feeling sad, if they're feeling angry, if they're feeling disappointment, in order to just make it go away, in order to not have to spend the energy trying to figure it out, the nine will just poof, just completely go to sleep, ignore, check out what they actually feel in their heart. Their heart wants to express their sadness or their disappointment or their frustration, but the sloth says, no, it's not worth it. Okay, so here are 3 things that you could do as an Enneagram 9 when you notice that sloth, when that wanting to fall asleep or check out is starting to creep in. First of all, it's pay attention. It is notice, notice, notice. Notice the moments when you are avoiding expressing your truest desires or opinions or boundaries in order to just keep the peace or to not spend the energy. Awareness is so key here, and I teach this in all of my classes. Non-judgmental observation is just such an important first step in you reclaiming your voice. Now, number 2, bravely choose to stay awake. Go ahead and lean into those difficult feelings, even sadness or anger or disappointment, and your need for boundaries. Yes, it's going to take energy to feel these feelings, to express these feelings. But if you will be brave and not go to sleep, you can process these emotions and handle them and maybe bring them into the light without just disappearing. And third is asking yourself, what aligned action must I take? So this is about stepping into what's true for you. This is about taking action that honors your truest self and your deepest desires and values, even if it's risking conflict, fragmentation, discomfort, someone else's comfort in the room. Right action is the ultimate goal of the Enneagram 9 because right action is the virtue. Right action, again, is just staying awake to yourself. It's honoring your desires, your boundaries, your values, your opinions, your ideas. It's honoring all of those things and taking an action that is aligned with who you really are. Right action is the courage to assert your needs, to express feelings. It's the courage to engage in life without being asleep. It's about living fully awake. So if you'd like to have a cheat sheet of these monsters within and the virtue that we are all called to, I have that in the show notes as a free PDF that I'm happy to give you as a gift. Thanks for listening to the Monsters Within podcast series. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with anyone who might find it beneficial. We could all use a little help and encouragement to face our monsters.